It's Johnny. Thank you. Ooh, I should be laying down, you all. Getting some such shut-eye as in Z's, aka my beauty rest, or much needed sleep, regardless of how I suspect that these present neighbors from damn hell characters and worse ones yet for this worse neighborhood where I'm at now, and especially when it comes to mainly or mostly the one who is a local drug pusher who assumes that he has a legit personal vendetta or grudge match with me, men of whom I suspect could possibly be the very one affecting my sleeping patterns for whatever it is that could possibly be going on in this rather twisted, warped, wicked mindset among these present neighbors from down hell, public nuisance problem neighbors, far worse to yet of the life in this worse neighborhood compared to the last ones, being of whom are among they themselves. Of some such, I myself otherwise have had to encounter, as in become subjected to experiencing their own daily and nightly abuses or violations of their own apartment room leases, and likewise their total disrespect for my rights and privileges as their fellow neighbor. And moving right along. Anyway, though, how are you all doing, though? Being on your person or otherwise, my social media family, being of any subscribers and our visitors alike, I feel they're associated with and are representing my own YouTube social media channel, and likewise chat room and comment section. Well, hopefully everyone is doing at least okay, if not better yet to be said, all right, and say for the record for them now. Or if not, best of all, be put like this here, whereas any of your persons can or could possibly claim to have become or be of a status, whereas any of your persons will consider yourselves to be more blessed than stressed. And hopefully the same can or could possibly be said and on stage for record when it comes to me and mine, of loved ones and friends. Yes, for my own persons to be associated with me, as well as any of your own family members and friends to be affiliated, associated with, and representing those persons of your own clan or whatever I would say. And moving right along. Now that I've gotten the preliminaries out the way, being of the basic intro as an introduction, and footnotes, as well as the salutation and greeting. And whereas today's or the present social media broadcast, being as it is, of some such video content is involving, regarding, or making some or such reference to, or whatever I have said. And I don't know if you all or any of your persons have heard of this before, but anyway, the Japanese nation, or should I say the Japanese people, for that particular foreign country, that's supposed to be a democratic republic or democracy in its own right, to be compared onto that of our own, the USA, the United States of America, and that much smaller one. Otherwise, it can could possibly be compared on to, or the one in the Middle East, you know, that is presently becoming subject to experiencing a similar sort of case or situation up under conditions rather extenuating circumstances to be compared on to what's going on between the breakaway province of Ukraine and Mother Russia, you know, and whereas the state of Israel, formerly called that of the country of Palestine, which had been renamed, some such other vice versa, the said in question in the former previous prime minister, whereas it has become subject to experiencing its own turmoil, you know, being of the Middle East crisis or what is happening, you know, of a conflict of interest among the white Jewish patriotic Zionists, you know, my brethren otherwise, and the Palestinians and extreme jihadist Muslim terrorists. And not that I had meant to sound and seem like I'm wagging the dog as and changing the subject, but I was making reference to how, you know, that particular foreign country or nation that is also supposed to be a democratic republic or a democracy, you know, and like the breakaway province of Ukraine, that is, you know, in a war of its own with Russia, has its own problems. And here it is, whereas this other democratic republic or democracy, and getting back to the original subject matter, a topic of discussion to be debated, as it is, I will give an argument with the many different views and opinions thereof to be affiliated, associated with, and representing the same, and as that is so far some of such other one that claims to have become or be a democratic republic or democracy to be compared on to that of our own. Then Russia itself has claimed, you know, former USSR, United Soviet Socialist Republic, has claimed to have become a democratic republic of democracy in its own right, to be compared on to ours of the USA, United States of America, and the state of Israel, and Japan for that matter, and whatever other democratic republics of democracy. And whereas the foreign nation or country of Japan, you know, and getting back to the original topic of discussion to be debated, or subject matter, being of a given argument with many different views and or opinions to be affiliated, associated with, and representing thereof, whereas it claims that it has a shortage or has become subject to experiencing a shortage of its own youth, or whereas the older people, you know, of the elder generation are supposedly outnumbering, you know, the young people or the youth of the younger generation. And whereas they are making requests for males to help them repopulate, you know, the Japanese race before it not any longer exists. And for some strange, peculiar reason or another, whereas the Japanese nation or Japanese people or whatever I have said are mainly or mostly making requests for non-white black males or brothers to help them repopulate their own Japanese race of peoples, persons, or to impregnate born and raised Japanese females representing the opposite sex. Now, unless they are going to compensate the non-white males of black brothers with some hard, I'm saying with some cold hard cash. I'm trying to say not compensate, so supply us with hard-legged gunks of female impersonators, God forbid. Unless they are going to compensate or reimburse non-white male black brothers, being of whom they are mainly and are mostly making requests for that. Was I about to say them or us? Well, I can say it both ways, and I'm mixed breed. Unless they're going to compensate or reimburse non-white males of black brothers with hard, cold cash money is what I meant to say. None of them damn, I don't want to use God's name in vain. You know what I mean? None of those damn, excuse my name, part of my friend. Not that I meant to sound and seem like I'm cussing like a drunken sailor on shore leave, then of whom has yet to return to base with or without his drinking buddies after possibly painting a town red, be it one in the USA or overseas in some foreign country or nation, that is including in Japan. But unless they're going to compensate the non-white males of brothers with some hard cold cash, so I say in backtracking here to continue from where I had last left off to complete a former iron of thought in the Saints as well. Yes, unless they are going to compensate the brothers, non-white males of black brothers, mainly or mostly, who are of the likes that they themselves, the Japanese people, are making requests for them or us. I can say it both ways because I'm mixed breed, to help them repopulate the Japanese race people, unless they want to risk supposedly not any longer existing. Unless they're going to compensate or reimburse black male, non-white males of black brothers with some hard cold cash money. None of that credit card or debit, none of that debit or credit card nonsense, and neither nor any checks, being of which would or could possibly become a problem likewise in its own right, bouncing. Then if I were to contemplate, like permitting Japanese female, born and raised Japanese females to, lay back and relax and spread their legs so I could get up in there and impregnate them if my soldiers are still working, then I have to see the money. You know what I'm saying? Not any, debit or credit cards or checks. I'm talking about some hard, cold cash money up under the table. Otherwise it's not likely to happen. And I wouldn't want to go overseas if somebody paid my way to go over there and then become stranded and not be able to get back to the USA, United States of America. Because you never know whether or not it could possibly be some kind of something other than just a mere conspiracy theory, that it could possibly be another way to depopulate the black race of people's persons. I mean, I have to consider all the possible and potential scenarios one way or another, especially as I'm supposed to be still a member of the BPP, Black Panther Party, regardless of whether or not I am active at the moment. So the Japanese race of people are saying, come on over, all you different races of males, however you are, to get over here to the foreign nation, Democratic Republic, Democracy of Japan, and help us repopulate by impregnating our Japanese females, born and raised Japanese females, you know. Yeah, come on over, especially you black males, you non-white males of black brothers. Yeah, because we need you to come over here and put put some meat in the oven and and then get it to firing up the grill with that help us get to fire up the grill with your meat, and so that we can see what could be produced from there. Like, voila, work your magic, and let's see how this here is gonna go down, gonna go in, and whether or not Dr. Frankenstein could create a monster. Now I don't know if part of their request has something to do with a historical event, you know, when the late monster, should I call him that? One of our late president of the USA, Harry S. Truman, give him hell, Harry. He wanted to end World War II much sooner when it had come to the Japanese race of peoples, whereas the body count was still high, you know. Yeah, for American GIs, possibly just as much as the body count for the Japanese officers and soldiers of their own military, and or maybe even higher, and to be compared onto the Vietnam conflict. So, you know, give him hell, Harry. President Harry S. Truman just decided no more losses of lives of American GIs. I'm just going to drop the atomic bombs, at least a couple, if not a few, or some such, on the foreign nation of Japan to end this here. You know, when Japan had one time another had been a dictatorship itself, that was part of the Axis powers, you know, had become the ally of Germany and Italy. And so I don't know if the effects of that could have, you know, that when the bombs were dropped could have affected their own race of peoples, persons, whereas at the present they're making requests for males to help them produce more babies, because especially when it comes to non-white black brothers, because their population is dwindling and there are more older people existing than the younger ones. And on that last note of interest, I would like to say, if you haven't gotten Christ as your personal Lord and Savior, I will hope that you would think to accept Him as some such, so that you won't wind up in damn hell when your clock stops ticking, but so you can become a citizen of the kingdom of heaven, and even so be blessed down here while you're still upon the planet Earth in this world. Y'all take care. We out. Peace.